Hello world, my name is Ross Caron and this is my very first project for CS50 web programming with Python and JavaScript, Project Zero. So for my first project, I decided to implement a personal web page or personal website. It's something I've wanted to do for quite a long time. And before I start, I should say that on the left-hand side of the screen is my actual website, which is available just now via GitHub Pages. If you're interested in having a look, just go to the address in the address bar. And on the right hand side is the code responsible for the website, and I wrote everything using the Atom text editor. And I think what I'll do is just alternate between the page on the left and the code on the right, and we'll go through it page by page, and I'll show you around the website. So at the moment we are looking at index.html. As per the project specifications, there's 4 pages in total. There's the page we're looking at just now. There is also my CV, a list of my previous academic publications, a description of my previous programming activities and projects. Like I said, this is index.html. It's a simple page. At the very top is a Bootstrap nav bar with links to the different pages, and also several icons which link to different social media accounts. So there's my Twitter account, my LinkedIn profile, and I recently created a Medium blog where I'm writing about my experience with CS50. And if you're interested in following my progress, go to that account. Beneath that is a Bootstrap 2-column layout, although obviously at the moment it's rendering as a single column, and the reason for that is the window is only taking up half the screen. If I click and drag the window out, we'll move between 1 column and 2 columns, and also the profile picture will change size dynamically. So if I click and drag, there are the 2 individual columns. And I've had this website running on my phone and it renders quite nicely. Below that we have some text. My name is written using the H1 tag, and my job title using an H4 tag, and below that just some normal paragraph text, but I've applied some custom styling to the hyperlinks. Continuing on to my CV, it's quite simple. I've taken some of this code from a website called Bootstrap Snippets. I think this is called the timeline theme. And it's a nice way of showing sequential information. So here's my previous education, my previous positions in health policy. Before that I worked in a number of research laboratories, so links to the different universities. And there's a number of different hyperlinks here. So for example, I did my postdoctoral PhD research at the University of St Andrews. And if I click on the title, it takes me to the university's homepage, and you can see the beautiful North Sands beach there. Continuing on to publications, again it's quite simple, but this time I've decided to show a lot of this information in table format. So we have my publications, some previous conferences I've attended, and some web content I've published. Programming, however, is slightly different. This time I've taken advantage of a Bootstrap component called cards, and this page here shows 3 individual cards. What's slightly different is these different cards have buttons. So recently I completed CS50 and I've linked to my final project, a YouTube video, and my certificate. So if I click on certificate, it takes me to the course completion certificate that I'm very proud about. Something slightly different is obviously at the moment I'm right in the middle or just at the very start of CS50 web programming, so I don't yet have a final project or a certificate, so those 2 buttons have been greyed out. And if I click on certificate, there's a small pop-up saying pending, and that was quite simple. That's just using 4 lines of JavaScript code. So as per the project specifications, the website contains Bootstrap, it has an image, some tables, ordered lists, unordered lists. All of the styling was written in SCSS. This is the style sheet here, and I'll also highlight a few different components. So there are some SCSS variables, mostly for colors. I have a media query, so all of these pages have a footer, which is only displayed when the website is printed. And I've also got some examples of SCSS nesting, and there's also some SCSS inheritance in here as well. So that was a tour of my website and code for Project Zero. My name is Ross Caron, and this is CS50, web programming with Python and JavaScript.